fans. First and foremost, I wanted to shout out the group chat that I made. Everybody's been contributing and talking. It hasn't been a dull moment in the group chat. It's been lit. I started a group chat, a Redskins group chat, like I said, on Instagram. It can only hold 32 people in the group chat at a time. So I'm trying to find another social media platform where I can hold more people in it, maybe 100 people. I might try it on Twitter or something like that. I'm going to try a different social media where I can start a group chat. Tried to start one on YouTube, but I couldn't. But let's get it cracking. Let's get cracking to this 53-man roster. Like I said, Josh Doctson, the trash can, has been released by the Washington Redskins. So I'm gonna read the guys and go down and break it down on the computer. Actually, of course, the quarterback position we kept Case Keenum, Colt McCoy, Dwayne Haskins. All these guys are active. Colt, Bubble Boy McCoy. Who knows when he will be available? Adrian Peterson, Darius Geis, Chris Thompson, of course. Byron Marshall made the team. Samaje Perine got cut. Of course, our former fourth-round pick. Didn't do too well in the preseason, in my opinion. Fumbled the ball too much. Just couldn't really hold on to the football. And he just wasn't really productive. No acceleration out of the backfield. Wasn't very good at cutting back. Couldn't really make a lot of moves. So we let him go finally. It just sucks to see him not work out. You know, it just sucks to see him not work out for us. Sean Wilson made the team. He probably will be put on IR. That's what I'm hearing. He's very speedy. He's got some burst to him. He's very quick. He should be backing up Chris Thompson as our fourth running back. We might bring in a different running back. Who knows? We'll see. The wide receiver position, which is the most talked about position that was made. Of course, we got my secret stuff here, my Redskins cup here. I just got to drink up. But we kept Paul Richardson, of course. I'm happy we kept Paul Richardson. He's very speedy. A lot of people were like, we should have cut Paul Richardson. I'm sorry, guys. That's very silly for you guys to say that we should cut Paul Richardson because Paul Richardson is very athletic, very speedy. He's a poor man's Deshaun Jackson. He just can't stay healthy. Before he did get injured, he played very well. Like I said, he had a good catch against the Packers, had a good catch against the Saints where we got blown out, had a nice touchdown catch against the Panthers, had a good catch against the Colts. He had some really good plays. He made some explosive plays here and there. I really like the things that Paul Richardson did. He had a decent game against the Cardinals as well. He was one of the few guys that Alex Smith actually trusted last year. So Paul Richardson can make plays. Like I said, the Panthers game, he made some plays. The Packers game, he caught a nice deep, long bomb touchdown catch. So I like Paul Richardson a lot. Trey Quinn is really good. I love Trey Quinn. Trey Quinn really might be our best receiver this year. Terry McLaurin, we've been hearing good things. We just have not seen it yet. We have not seen it yet. We did not see it in the preseason. And we've been hearing some really, really good things about Terry McLaurin. So Terry McLaurin probably will be starting. Starting receivers will probably be Terry McLaurin, Trey Quinn, Paul Richardson. Kelvin Harmon made the team. I'm very happy we got Kelvin Harmon. He played well in the Falcons game. The Bungles game, he almost had a good catch, but of course the ref stole it away because of the offensive pass interference. So I like Kelvin Harmon. I think he's a baby Pierre Garçon. I like what I've seen from him. Robert Davis had a great preseason. He had an A+ preseason on special teams. And playing in the games, he had a good catch against the Browns, had a good catch against the Bengals with the 55-yard bomb from Dwayne Haskins. The league done messed up. And, of course, the surprise player that made the team was Steven Sims. When I heard Josh Doctson got cut, actually, we heard the news that Steven Sims made the team. That was the first news that I heard from John Keim. Per John Keim, who is the beat writer for the Washington Redskins, he gave us updates all day on Twitter, constantly. Shout out to John Keim. Did a great job today. I got to give recognition to the guys reporting from ESPN as well, from the big names guys. I really have to give them a shout out. I have to give that guy a shout out because he really kept us in the know with the cuts and what was going on continuously all day. I was really checking my phone. I was scrolling on my phone, just checking it, because I really wanted to know who got cut, man. We were just waiting to see who was going to make it, especially from the wide receivers. The wide receivers was really the position that was just tossed up in the air. We didn't know if Josh Doctson, for sure. I mean, I kind of knew Josh Doctson was going to get traded or released or whatever, but there was some chirping after Cam Sims had hands like a snake, butter hands, where he dropped 3 passes in a row. When I thought, Cam Sims was going to be cut from that game, I was just like, man, Josh Doctson's probably going to make this team because Cam Sims just was really bad. And like I said, a lot of people were pissed off that Cam Sims got cut. Me, myself, I'm not happy that Cam Sims got cut. Honestly, I really thought we should have kept 7 receivers. Some people are going to call me crazy, but I really thought we should have kept 7. And I know there's other positions that are more important than the wide receiver position, outside linebacker, offensive lineman, stuff like inside linebacker, where we needed more positions and guys at those positions, and running back as well. But, I really thought these guys were – even Darvin Kidsey. Kidsey got cut. Kinsey, whatever his name is. Darvin Kinsey was really. I thought he had a good preseason. I thought he had a strong showing. I think it was a little overrated, maybe the showing in the preseason. But I thought if he would have made the team, I would not have been mad. I really wouldn't have been mad if Darvin Kinsey would have made the team because he played well. He showed some flashes, and like I said, we have guys that get injured all the time. So wide receiver depth was very, very important. Because like I said last year, Cam Sims was injured, Trey Quinn got injured, Paul Richardson out for the year, Robert Davis injured for the year. So the list goes on and on and on. Jamison Crowder was injured for most part of the year. So the list goes on and on with the receiver problem that we had last year. So many injuries, it was just ridiculous. It was crazy, man. Kelvin Harmon, I'm happy he made the team. Robert Davis, I'm super, super excited that Robert Davis made the team. Bounced back from just terrible, terrible knee injuries. Made the team. I'm so happy for this guy. He was drafted from Georgia State, small school. Very good player. Kelvin Harmon, like I said. But yeah, Cam Sims, I'm really hoping we can sign Cam Sims to the practice squad. And, I don't think that's going to happen because I think a team is going to pick him up. I think a team has seen his film from last year, and they probably saw his film from the Falcons game where he did that one-hand catch. That was a beautiful catch. It was a nice catch. That's a catch that a lot of guys are scared to make in a game. I know it didn't really matter. He probably could have caught it with two hands and would have got the same yardage or even more. But a lot of people are just saying, Cam Sims is just a training camp guy. He's just a guy that, puts on a show, but when it gets to game time, he doesn't really show out. That's what a lot of opinions that I heard. And a lot of opinions were like, oh, Cam Sims is better than Josh Doctson. He's the most talented. Like I said, Josh Doctson and Cam Sims, they were probably the two most talented. Like I said, talent is different from production. It really is. It's different production. And like I said, the old saying from Kevin Durant, I hate Kevin Durant, but I respect the old saying from Kevin Durant. Hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard. And it is what it is. But like I said, Cam Sims was probably, you could argue he was the most talented guy. The strength, the length. Cam Sims was 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", tall as I don't know what, quick. He looked very quick when he moved, when he was very versatile, very agile. He's very acrobatic, making acrobatic, silly catches. Kind of like Brandon Lloyd. Remember Brandon Lloyd used to make acrobatic catches and do backflips and things like that. So I thought Cam Sims was super, super talented. I hate that they cut him, but I see why. I'm not going to lie to you and say, hey, I didn't see why they cut him. We all know why they cut him because of that game last night or the other night on Thursday night where he continuously dropped the ball. That's my son right there. He's got a Maryland shirt on right now. Maryland beat Howard 79-0. I don't know if y'all watch college football, but Maryland beat Howard 79-0 today. That was crazy. What else? Who else made the team? Steven Sims, like I said, tight ends. That's a no-brainer. Jordan Reed, Vernon Davis, Jeremy Sprinkle. J.P. Holtz got cut. He might be on the practice squad. Matt Flanagan might be on the injured reserve. He got cut. So we'll see if he makes the practice squad as well. We'll see with those two guys. Donald Parham got cut. I would love to see Donald Parham on the practice squad. I really would. But we can't keep that many people on the practice squad. I think only 10 guys can be on the practice squad. Offensive line, of course, the Shoeers were Morgan Moses, Brandon Scherf, Chase Rouillet, Wes Martin, of course, Donald Penn, of course, he's starting at the left tackle position. Jerron Christian, who we drafted a couple years ago in the third round. Ross Pierce Baker, who we just drafted. Eric, the human turntable Flowers, who could get cut. You will see what happens. He made the team. Tony Bergstrom, who has not played very well at all. So those are offensive linemen that made the team. Defensive line, of course, which is the best part of our roster. Jonathan Allen, the Alabama Wall with Deron Payne. Matt Ioannidis, of course, I love Matt Ioannidis. He gets a sack almost every game. He's really, really good. So underrated. Tim Settle, Caleb Brantley. The defensive line is the best part of our team by far. Outside linebackers, Ryan Kerrigan, Mr. Pro Bowl, and Mr. Reliable Ryan Kerrigan. Never missed a game for the Washington Redskins. Montez Sweat, of course, made the team. Ryan Anderson, the second-round pick, who hasn't lived up to his expectations just yet. Casanova McKenzie, I love Casanova McKenzie. Oh my gosh, he's so good. I have very high expectations for Casanova McKenzie. A lot of people are comparing him to Junior Collette. I think he can be better than Junior Collette if he stays healthy. He did have the concussion. They said he should be ready for week 1. Jordan Brelford, who we drafted, I think in the 6th or 7th round out of Oklahoma State, who would be placed on IR. Inside linebacker was John Bostich. Of course, I love John Bostich. That's why we cut Mason Foster, because we signed John Bostich, who replaced Reuben Foster, who tore his ACL. Cole Holcomb, the rookie out of North Carolina. Sean Dion Hamilton. Josh Harvey Clemens. I probably will show something on the screen while I'm talking so you guys can get a good visual of the guys who are on the team, a good list. Cornerback is Josh Norman, of course, Mr. Hollywood Josh Norman. I did get his autograph right here on the hat, Josh Norman, Mr. I want to jump over bulls and whatnot. I want to do Dancing with the Stars. I want to jump over bulls. I want to do everything else. I want to be on Fox, and I want to do all these shows and stuff. Mr. Josh Norman. And like I said, sometimes I am hard on Josh Norman because of the money we're paying him, but he has been productive for the most part. He did. He forces more fumbles than he gets interceptions, to be honest with you, which is a good thing. It's not actually. It's not. I wouldn't say that's a good thing, but as long as you force a turnover, that's good in my books. Quentin Dunbar, who's finally healthy. Fabian Moreau, Jimmy, the People's Corner Moreland, who should be starting day one, in my opinion. DRC from the Giants, who retired. Greg Stroman makes the team as well. At safety, Landon Collins. Of course, Landon Collins had an awesome preseason as a perennial Pro Bowler. Monte Nicholson, if he can stay out of trouble and not punch people in their face. Like I said, Monte Nicholson, if he can stay out of trouble and not punch people in their face. DeShazer Everett, Mr. Special Teams Captain. Troy Apke. Now, a lot of people saying Jeremy Reeves. The other safety should have made it over Troy Apke, but he did not. Of course, the special teams, the guys, I don't know if you saw that ceremony that happened the other day. Nick Sundberg, Tress Way, and Dustin Hopkins, they all walked into the building. It was like a ceremony with Matthew McConaughey. All those guys walked in with sunglasses on and acted like they were the Secret Service. It was pretty darn funny. That was pretty fun. I might put a picture of that as well in the clip during this video. So those are the guys that had made the team. Like I said, the big cuts were Samaje Perine, Josh Doxson. JoJo McIntosh got cut. Nobody really thought he was going to make the team, but I'll just say him. Ryan B got cut. He was a good defensive lineman for the team as well. So those are the guys that unfortunately did not make the team. Like I said, Matt Flanagan got cut as well. Matt Flanagan couldn't catch the ball at all. He pissed me off because he made Dwayne look bad for missing passes, for dropping passes. So those are the guys that made the team. Of course, Trent Williams is a toss-up. And we got to talk about what's going on around the league right now. Of course, Laramie Tunsil just got traded to the Texans. So now, obviously, we can't trade the Texans. So I'm really upset about that because that looked like our best team to have a trade with. The Texans and the Dolphins. Those two teams had the better assets for us to trade Trent for. Now, I don't know who. You really can't look at a team and be like, hey, who are we going to trade for? The Patriots, they already made their trades. The Patriots made like 3 or 4 trades already for linemen. So they're definitely not going to trade for Trent Williams unless multiple injuries happen for those teams. Like I said, the Texans gave up Clowney. They did offer us Clowney. Now we're looking kind of silly for not taking that trade. A lot of people say I'm dumb and whatever. I'm not smart for thinking we should take Clowney for Trent Williams. Like I said, I don't know. I don't know. We could be. Like I said, if they throw, let's look at what the Texans gave up here. They gave up a first round. What did they give up? They gave up Clowney to the Texans, and then for Tunsil, they gave up 2 first-round picks, and they did get Kenny Stills in return. They gave up 2 first-round picks, and they also gave up a second-round pick and some players for Laramie Tunsil and Kenny Stills. Now, it looks like the Texans, they might have threw in Clowney and a couple picks for Trent Williams. Now, if they were going to give up Clowney a first-round pick and maybe a 4th or a 5th, that's really hard to turn down. I'm sorry, and I love Montez Sweat, but, you know, if you still get a first-round pick and a 5th-round pick for Trent Williams, that's a pretty good trade. That's a pretty fair trade. And you're getting Clowney as well. A perennial Pro Bowler, was All-Pro in 2016. That's not a trade that you're like, oh, no, I'm just not. That's not a trade that you say, no, I'm just not automatically not going to do. That's not something that you say, hey, I'm not going to do. That's something that you sit down, you think about it for a little bit, you let it marinate. But unfortunately, other teams, they beat us to the trade and got Clowney and got some picks in return. Now, I think it's just silly that we haven't traded Trent Williams yet. We'll see what happens. Who knows? D'Angelo Hall is basically a speaker for Trent Williams, so I guess I have to call D'Angelo Hall. Somebody has to talk to D'Angelo Hall. Now, like I said, I wish Trent would come out and say something personally himself to a microphone or something like that. That would be awesome. But it looks like that's not going to happen. So we just have to wait and see. You know, we have to wait and see. I would love to trade Trent for a first round and some multiple picks and a good player. Like I said, we missed out on Clowney. We missed out on some other guys. We missed out on Laramie Tunsil. I rather would have traded him to the Dolphins for Laramie Tunsil and maybe a first-round pick, or Laramie Tunsil and a 2nd or 3rd or whatever. You know, maybe Kenny Stills. You can throw Kenny Stills in there as well for Trent Williams. So, I mean, we missed out on the trades. You know, we'll see. We have to wait and see and get lucky if somebody gets injured, you know. So, it's unfortunate. I really thought we could have got a good package for Trent Williams. We still might be able to, But I think Bruce Allen he's kind of fumbling the bag, so to say, for getting something in return for Trent Williams. So let me know what y'all think about the moves, man. You know, Josh Doctson is finally gone, man. I'm happy to. I'm pretty much happy to see it, man. It's been a bad marriage. It's been time to move on. I think it's something good. I just had to, get some of the secret stuff. Had to drink some of the secret stuff. But I think it was time to move on. It's time to move on from Josh Doctson. Both ways. Josh wasn't going to come back next year. I think that's a big factor. He personally said that in an interview. When somebody doesn't want to be here, I'm not going to hold them hostage. Same thing with Trent Williams. We're not going to hold you hostage. If you don't want to be here, it's time for you to go. It's time for you to go. We need to get some assets, some young assets in return. Now, I wish we could have got the compensatory pick for Josh Doctson. That's kind of why I wanted to keep him, just to use him for the red zone situation. And then when he leaves, we get a comp pick. Might have been like a 4th round compensatory pick. We could have got a compensatory pick for Samaje Perine, but it was time to move on from Perine as well. I wish those guys the best of luck with their careers. I really do. Now, there was another guy released named Jachai Polite from the Jets. He's an edge rusher. We might go after him. We'll see about that. Demaryius Thomas from the Patriots was released as well. So that's another wide receiver option. I think we're loaded. I'm not going to say we're loaded, but we have a lot of young talent. So I don't think we're going to go after Demaryius Thomas. But I wouldn't be mad after that because Demaryius Thomas had a good preseason. He had 2 touchdowns in 1 game, had a good amount of catches. I think he has a little bit left in the tank. So we might look at Demaryius Thomas. I wouldn't be mad if they signed him. Kiko Alonso, I'm not sure if he got released or not. That's another trade option. Kiko Alonso, if we could get him. Now the Dolphins have a lot of first-round picks to spare, but I know they want to tank for Tua, and they might want to tank for Jerry Jeudy as well. So we'll see what happens with the Dolphins with their picks and how they use them. So we'll see what happens, man. Let me know what y'all think. I always respond to every comment, like I said. Please let me know if you find another platform for a group chat. Trying to get everybody in there, man. There's a lot of subscribers, so I'm trying to get everybody in there. A big Redskins community. I will be at the Dallas game as well, so please comment and let me know if you will be at the Dallas game week 2 at FedEx Field. I will be tailgating at that game. I'll probably get to the stadium at 11 p.m. For a tailgate. Somebody's setting up the tailgate. I'll be there getting some ribs and all that, man. I can't wait. The season's almost here, man. The season's almost here. The season is almost here, man. I'm ready. I'm ready for the Eagles. I'm ready for them Beagles, man. I'm ready for them Beagles. I'm ready to beat them Beagles, man. I'm ready. I'm hyped. Let's get it popping. All right, y'all. Hell to them Skins. Hell to the Wizards. All right, y'all. Peace.